Covert propaganda and Muslim civil society. The government's counter-terrorism policy, PREVENT, has been around for about 15 years now, and it has faced widespread criticism at every stage. At the beginning, the government attempted to work directly with Muslim community groups to tackle violent extremism by funding key services and projects within the Muslim community and reshaping their objectives onto counter-extremism targets. But the program lacked legitimacy, and the government struggled to find groups to work with who had any serious broader credibility. The government then shifted the policy in a number of ways. From 2012, the UK government adopted a covert strategy towards Muslim civil society through the Research, Information and Communications Unit, or RICU, a propaganda unit in the Home Office. RICU is part of the Office for Security and Counter-Terrorism, or OSCT, which is part of the British intelligence machinery. In 2012, Theresa May, the then Home Secretary, said, "Often it is more effective to be working through groups that are recognised as having a voice, rather than it being seen to be government trying to give a message. Indeed, it's always better to be using those people to whom people look naturally to hear the message, rather than simply doing it as RICU itself." The government used a PR firm, Breakthrough Media, to create campaigns, but of course without acknowledgement of the support. Breakthrough's modus operandi was to create a small office called The Hub and pretend it was just a marketing agency working almost for free and had nothing to do with Breakthrough or RICU. Internal documents show that the reality was RICU's staff were covertly placed in the office and that RICU had final editorial control over every stage of the process. An uncovered risk assessment for the work Breakthrough was doing identified a possible risk as being that RICU's involvement was exposed. So on the surface, it looks like a friendly marketing firm doing work for free with communities. In practice, it was basically a PR wing of the government acting to undermine Muslim civil society. RICU worked on the following campaigns to push their agenda. Making a Stand. This campaign was about Muslim women making a stand against extremism. It was presented as a grassroots civil society women's rights campaign, but it was covertly sponsored by RICU. This is Woke. This is Woke was an Instagram account which described itself as the work of a media news company that is engaging in critical discussions around Muslim identity, tradition and reform. While masquerading as a social media account genuinely interested in these things, it was in fact created by Breakthrough Media. Faith Associates is a non-theological consultancy to meet the needs of ethnic minority faith-based communities. In 2011, one of their flagship campaigns, imamsonline.com, was launched, a dedicated portal for the promotion of Islamic leadership. The intention was also to provide advice, support and training to religious leaders globally. When the connection with RICU was revealed, Faith Associates said, "We would also like to clarify that neither Faith Associates nor madrasa.co.uk has ever received support from Breakthrough Media to help with its content or design." They claim, despite the evidence, that they are independent. Internal documents show this is not the case. Their Imams Online was created by Breakthrough Media. These are just a few examples of many campaigns, projects and organisations that Breakthrough Media have been involved with, but they're just the tip of the iceberg. Through RICU and the OSCT, there's been countless examples of government involvement in covert propaganda using deception to manipulate Muslim civil society groups. The government misled the public by creating false narratives and campaigns which were steered by them, not grassroots campaigners. These actions also serve to close down the space for genuine Muslim groups to represent their community. There's no space in a democratic society for state manipulation of civil society and deception of the public by covert propaganda. It undermines the very British values such as democracy that the government claims to be defending. Covert propaganda should be defunded and outlawed. See reports and resources at stop-islamophobia.eu and spinwatch.org.